Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to SMIW. This is Apocalypse, The Last Stand. I am Joe Davis, sitting here with my broadcast colleague, Bob Costley.
Oh, thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Glad to be here with you.
And we know it's been a while since we've had some exciting wrestling, but we are back with Apocalypse. We've been hearing some rumors lately circulating around, and looks like the CEO, Dwayne Rothman, is going to be making his way to the ring right now, and I believe he's going to be clearing all that up for us.
Well, I certainly hope so, Joe. I do not like just rumors abound. Let's get some real hard facts in the show today.
Again, we've been hearing some rumors, and we're going to get down to the truth right here, right now. See what the CEO has to say.
Cameraman, mind joining me here in the ring, please?
His CEO looks pretty serious here today.
Certainly means business.
Ladies and
today,
gentlemen,
Joe.
welcome all to SMIW. This is Apocalypse. This is The Last Stand. I am the SMIW CEO, Dwayne Rothman, and I come to you tonight a man of multiple emotions. Over the past nearly 15 years, it has been my dream to promote a wrestling promotion. And even though it hasn't been a constant 15 years, it's been sporadic, but I've had the opportunity to do that for a few years here and there throughout that 15. Tonight is Apocalypse. It is The Last Stand, and it's going to be called that tonight for a number of reasons. It is the final show of our season, but it is also the final show in SMIW history. Now, there are several contributing factors to that, unfortunately. One of those factors is an in-company conspiracy that has recently been brought to light. It was brought to light by a couple different things. I also had some help. This is partially why this episode is taking so long to become. One man that has helped me in that time frame to help me uncover this conspiracy. This man, he and I have not seen eye to eye for the entire length of his career. Tonight, that changes. This man is our current World Heavyweight Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to Nick Thunder.
The current reigning World Heavyweight Champion for the first time in his illustrious career is Nick Thunder, making his way to the ring now.
Fairly interesting, Joe, that the CEO would call out Nick Thunder right now and take mention that he has helped him in some sort of way. I find that.
Yeah, the rivalry between these two has been well documented over the years, and it's just as much a shock to me as it is to everybody else. But we're gonna get down to what all that means, I guess, right now.
How's it going, boss?
Nick Thunder.
Good to see you, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, the World Heavyweight Champion, the God of the Storm, Nick Thunder. And as I was talking about just a moment ago, there was a conspiracy that this man had a hunch. He's been pretty good about that in his career. And he did some digging and brought some things to my attention that I didn't want to see because I was too blinded with my own personal agenda. that agenda. I wanted someone with class, with dignity, with honor to be my world champion here in SMIW. And within that quest, I was completely unaware that we had many superstars on our roster with all of those qualities. Our COO, Mr. Connor McNichols, is not here today. He was suspiciously absent from the gauntlet. The reason for that being, Mr. Connor McNichols was attempting to use, I guess, some blackmail of sorts and trying to sabotage the company from within. One of those things that he used was to sign a superstar that is currently still signed with us here in SMIW. I don't want to give away this person's name because I am a humbled man, and I want to give this gentleman one last opportunity right here tonight to prove himself. With that being said, Nick Thunder, you found some things in the office. Almost broke into our office, and I'm willing to look past that because of what it was that you found. I don't know if you'd like to take a moment to tell our audience what it is that you told me and what it was that you found.
CEO has mentioned. It seemed kind of clear almost early on, and we were too oblivious in our notion at getting back at each other to realize what the COO had in mind. And he was literally attempting to tear this business apart from the inside out, and in doing so attempted to crush one of my greatest alliances and friendships I've had in my entire life by clipping together some pieces of private and backstage phone calls and words I had said and clipping the worst bits out of them to paint me in the worst light so he could keep his biggest obstacle out of his way, it would seem. Now, as the CEO has mentioned, there is an unnamed talent who the CEO was gracious enough to so far allow to continue his contract despite being single-handedly hired as a phony to cripple the CEO himself and his attempts in making a glorious business. I stated as soon as I earned this championship at the Gauntlet, my first attempt would be to clean up the SMIW just as I had ever tried to in the past. At one point in my career, that was a gimmick, and it was a proud gimmick, and I'm bringing it back again, and I'm sorry to say and feel, just as the CEO is, that this is the end, unfortunately, because of the way it is succeeded, unfortunately, it would seem. The COO's plans have tore down the integrity of what this promotion is meant to be, and unfortunately has led us to where we are today. So I am proud to be the CEO's heavyweight champion for the first time, I would say, since I've been a member of any of his promotions. And I look forward to having a great show tonight and try to give back some of the class and the integrity I believe the CEO absolutely deserves.
Thank you, Nick. Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully some friendships will be mended here tonight, and we will have one final blowout glorious show for all of you. Nick Thunder, you can come back over just for a moment. I would like to say my deepest apologies throughout your entire career for attempting to keep you down. I did not see you as the guy. I did not see you as the man on top of the pedestal. I did not see you as a top star. There were some things said, there were some things done, and because of that, I was blindsided by my own hatred. I can say today that I am proud to see you standing here in the middle of this ring, holding the World Heavyweight Championship of SMIW. I'd like to personally congratulate you and tell you that I am proud of you and the fact of where you stand today, and that you will be representing SMIW as the World Heavyweight Champion in tonight's main event. And we are going to have a blockbuster main event. And Nick Thunder, I hope when I tell you who your opponent is, you don't see it as one last attempt to stunt your growth or to hurt your legacy. I have put this match together specifically because I think it can be the biggest World Heavyweight Championship match that we have ever seen in SMIW. Nick Thunder, you will be defending the World Heavyweight Championship in this very ring, in our main event, for the last time against former 6-time World Heavyweight Champion, the Master of the Shadows, the legend of SMIW, Pain. And I feel that that could be one of the biggest blockbuster matches we have ever seen here in SMIW. And it is a final opportunity for the both of you to walk out as the final undisputed World Heavyweight Champion. The two biggest stars currently in our business today. One last time, right here for the World Heavyweight title.
It'd be my greatest pleasure and greatest honor to take that challenge. I don't think there's ever been, truly in my career, an appropriate match between me and Pain. And as this title deserves some retribution from its last holder, I'd be happy to be the guy to defend it against him. And I want to thank you and appreciate you being humble enough and respectful enough to recognize my talent and to humble yourself enough to ask forgiveness. I guess if that's the right way to put it. And I'm more than happy to. And after, theoretically, if I can beat Pain tonight, I'd be happy to present this title back to you.
Much appreciated. With that being said, Nick Thunder, if you can graciously leave me the ring, you can go and prepare for your match here tonight. And good luck to you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, not only do we have this blockbuster main event for the World Heavyweight Championship, our opener for tonight is for the United States Championship, as Michael Ralston defends the United States title against a newcomer that has been making a name for himself all season long, Brian Myers. On top of that, we also have, for the first and only time will this ever happen in an SMIW ring, and at Apocalypse, we are going to have a championship match for a title that has not been sanctioned by SMIW. Aiden Lane will step into this ring tonight, and he will defend the EWA National Heavyweight Championship against the Warrior CJ Blaze. On top of that, one last time, two other superstars will go at it, which should be a hard-hitting match. For the final time in this ring, you will see the living nightmare that we know as Panic go against the Outlaw, Sid, one-on-one, one last time, which following that will be your main event, Pain and Nick Thunder for the World Heavyweight Championship. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave this ring. I'm going to go back to my office. I am going to watch this event, not as the boss, not as the CEO, but simply I'm going to watch this event as a fan. So I'd like to thank all of you for supporting SMIW. I would like to thank all of our fans for their support, and we hope that you can continue to support us in the future, because even though this may be the final event, the last stand, we still plan on putting out some other content, some other things from the vault, maybe some documentary style things to inform all of our audience of our great long history. Ladies and gentlemen, this is SMIW. This is the last stand. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is Apocalypse.
Well, a verbal bomb has just been dropped on us here in SMIW. What an announcement. That's almost hard to take, and we're kind of moving on
COO!
real quick here, and what you're seeing here is a clip from the Gauntlet. We've had a couple people mention that they have seen Michael Ralston with a brand new United States Championship belt, and what you're seeing here was a clip behind the stage, backstage, about how that came to be. And there you see it, the unveiling of the brand new United States Championship of SMIW, which we will see defended momentarily against Brian Myers. And actually, backstage now, we are going to go to Michael Ralston. Take it away, Bob.
Michael Ralston, our United States champion. How are you feeling after the Gauntlet and obtaining the United States title and your performance over the last couple episodes as the show is now finally coming to a close?
Well, it's very unfortunate that it's coming to a close. You know, this is something that's, I live for this. But being the United States champion again, I'm very, very happy about. The first championship I've ever won in SMIW was the United States title. So the fact that I get to hold it again, it feels right, The Gauntlet obviously didn't pan out exactly the way I would have liked it to. I would have loved to have had the World Heavyweight title here on this other shoulder and be standing before you right now as the undisputed champion. Obviously, that's not really the case. But I am still here as the United States champion, and my match tonight with Brian Myers, final match of my career, and I walk into Apocalypse, the United States champion. And the first title I ever won was at an Apocalypse event. It was the United States Championship, so I kind of feel my career's coming full circle. Apocalypse, the last stand, and I walk in as the United States champion. And I guarantee I'm going to do everything in my power to be able to walk out the same way I walk in, and that is the United States champion. So with that, gentlemen, I'm going to head out to the ring, because my match is right now. What's up?
Tell you got the news.
I did. I got a phone call some time ago. Kind of filled me in on what Connor did, and so what he told me and what he showed me was a ruse. And I guess I need to own up to my actions and apologize to you for what I did.
Be honest with you, man. I actually come here in a rather decent mood, despite what is actually happening and is what is unfolded to lead us to what is now the final episode of SMIW. And I really don't think any apology is necessary. I don't think that really needs to be at play here. You saw what you saw, you heard what you heard, and you were given false information. And at the time, it it lit a fire under you. And here you are, United States champion. And this close from becoming undisputed champion. But I don't think it would be just right if at the end of SMIW that the two of us ain't at the top of the ladder together the way it is. And I couldn't be happier that you are the United States champion and that I, for the first time, have achieved this glorious piece of gold. Pretty impeccable.
Nice. I tell you what, congratulations, man. I never got a chance to tell you.
Well, thank you. It's the first time. There's got to be first time for everything, and unfortunately all great things come to an abrupt halt. And I had to get to the bottom of what happened between you and me. I had to get to the bottom of what was happening as of this season SMIW. And for as long as I'm in any promotion, and I strive to be any sort of champion, I expect to be a people's champion. Somebody that my fans and fans of the promotion can be proud of and don't have to put up with Mr. COO, as it were. So thankfully, we have cleaned out some of the rubbish and we can get on with some real quality matches without interference.
Well, here we are. Apocalypse, last stand, final matches of our career. Here we stand. World champion, U.S. champion. What do you say, brother? We bury this hatchet right here. I know you said apologies
Absolutely.
weren't necessary, but I apologize either way. But I do wish you good luck. I hear you got pain tonight. Big uphill
It's gonna be a
battle.
struggle.
But I don't think there's any reason why we can't come in and leave the same way. Excuse me. I'll have to backtrack. We'll leave better than what we were. Enter maybe as enemies. Leave as friends on top of the ladder.
Yes, sir.
Good luck.
Yes,
you
sir.
brother. I gotta go.
Yes. Have a good match.
Well, it seems one of the strongest friendships in SMIW history may have been saved. And we move on with our first match of the night. This is your opener. It is for the United States Championship. Brian Myers, the challenger, challenging for the United States title against three-time United States champion, Michael Ralston. And making his way to the ring now, through the curtain, he was a newcomer, a rookie this year, has a couple big victories, actually even has one over Michael Ralston in his debut a couple months ago, and looking to capture in his final match of his career, the United States title.
You're all right, Joe. This is going to be an impressive match. There's a lot of information to absorb as of the beginning of this episode so far, and it left me almost speechless with how much there is to take in, and how ashamed I am of our COO and what has happened to, it seems to have kind of crippled our CEO, and I'm surprised at everything that has unfolded. I mean, thankfully, at the very least, for Michael Ralston here, our current United States champion, who hopes to retain it against Brian Myers, is now back to being friends, it seems, with Nick Thunder. And at least some good, there's some silver lining to have come from all the bad that has been done in the last few weeks of the season.
Yes, hopefully we will see the Michael Ralston of old with all that weight lifted off of his shoulders. And we should see a great match in our opener tonight at the last stand at Apocalypse for the United States title. The United States Championship has a long and glorious history. Many world champions have once held that United States title, and Brian Myers looking to add his name to that list, extending the hand, and Michael Ralston's been fooled by that once before, isn't gonna have it tonight.
Oh, certainly not, Joe. Michael Ralston ain't no dummy. Hey, he's going to go right in here, and we're going to have ourselves a little lockup, and Brian Myers seems to take the upper hand so far.
Side headlock here by Brian Myers. Going to back up to the ropes, and he's going to try to shove him off. Brian Myers, like a pit bull, latches right on and won't let go.
Got that hold in there pretty deep, Joe. Let's see what Michael Ralston can do to get out of this. And there it is. And he just throws him right over the hip. Hey, we got ourselves a pin.
Well,
At least
shoulders
maybe
were
we have
down,
a pin.
but
Now we sort of have a submission almost, because, yeah, you're right.
He's got
Joe,
that-
his shoulders are up.
grounded side headlock is going to be reversed by Brian Myers into this leg lock, this head scissors, grounded head scissors. You keep Michael Ralston grounded, you take away probably about 70% of his offense. And
Birdie can't fly if you clip its wings.
of course.
Chicken.
I was hoping to get through this show without the food references, but will somebody get this man a ham bone to chew on? I don't know. Back to the collar and elbow tie-up, the arm wrench by the champion, Michael Ralston. And he's going to really wind up Brian Myers here. Brian Myers, he's going to have to try to get out of this. He does with reversal arm wrench of his own.
Turn these guys' arms into rigatoni. It's going to be real interesting to see where this match goes from here.
Indeed. And Ralston going to flip out of this predicament and gets a short arm clothesline for his trouble. What a maneuver there by Brian Myers. He's kind of keeping Ralston off of his game here.
Go for Brian Myers to keep the wherewithal, but he's got this thing for stalking his prey. You know,
he does. It's almost like almost in a cocky manner,
right,
where he feels like maybe he already has Michael Ralston where he wants him. But many of Ralston's former
even
opponents
pointing straight to his chin, just taunting Michael Ralston.
Yeah.
He should know better than try to taunt a veteran like Michael Ralston, but he seems to be keeping his own here in the ring so far.
Yeah, and many of Ralston's former opponents will get to tell you, you don't get to get Ralston where you want him because he changes that on you real quick. Basement clothesline.
1, 2.
And a 2 count for his cover.
To what you were just saying there, Joe.
Ralston, just when you think he's in one place, he's in another. His quickness has been almost second to none throughout his career. And now you see Ralston's ground submission wrestling game. Ralston can do a little bit of it all. And he's currently got Brian Myers down on the mat with this headlock. He's really got it cinched in here, Bob.
He most certainly does, Joe. And it's been kind of a trade of like traditional wrestling tactics so far between these two in this match.
And he gets spiked with a DDT. Cover.
That DDT was hellacious.
2 count for Brian Myers. Brian Myers hits a home run shot right there with that DDT, and Brian Myers is taking control of this contest. We went from the wrestling to now you see again, we talked about a little bit of that egotistical side of Brian Myers.
You were the United States champion. Come on, Ralston.
Talking a little bit of smack and just drapes Ralston throat first over that top rope.
Oh, what a fall. It was like tumbling down a tree. This is ridiculous.
Great.
Now Brian Myers is going to go ahead and throw Michael Ralston to the side of that building. It's becoming a staple almost to SMIW over this season and last.
Well, this right here could be, the ending scene of this match with Brian Myers holding that United States Championship belt as the champion if things keep going in his favor the way that they are at the moment.
So far it is. Maybe even his attitude is what is paying off. Maybe that egotistical confidence is what's given him the upper hand over Michael Ralston so far in this match.
It could be a possibility, but Ralston, once again, is going to turn this around. A shoulder block right into the gut, a forearm shot to the back of the head. What has Ralston got in mind? Comes over, big leg drop through the ropes, and drapes Brian Myers right over the middle rope. Cover right here.
1, 2.
And another near fall for the 3-time United States champion, Michael Ralston. A little bit of a side note here. Michael Ralston, currently undefeated at Apocalypse events. As he had mentioned earlier, won his first title here in SMIW, the United States Championship, at Apocalypse 1 in 2006. Brian Myers gets spiked with a DDT. But I was about to say Brian Myers looking to snap that streak of Michael Ralston right here, but he is currently in he's currently into some trouble. Ralston going to be going to the top rope. That's where he is at home. That's what brought him to the dance his entire career. And a huge elbow drop from the top rope. He's going to go for another cover here.
1, 2.
That's something I always appreciate out of Michael Ralston. He's one of the only in this business right now willing to take them leaps from the top rope and to do these high-flying maneuvers that almost most of our wrestlers are having a hard time being able to predict.
They're hard to predict, and that's what set Ralston apart here in SMIW throughout his entire career. He will take those risks. He will put his body on the line if he has a goal in mind. He's willing to sacrifice himself if necessary. Sometimes it's paid off, sometimes it doesn't. Reversal, and a big clothesline, nearly decapitating the United States champion.
Yeah, Brian Myers with them big lumberjack arms. Now he goes in for the pin.
Another 2 count for the challenger. 1 second away of claiming the United States title for his own here at the Last Stand.
We're off to a pretty exciting start. I'm enjoying this match so far. This is really good between the two of them. And it's too early to call.
Oh, double knees! Sorry, Bob. I didn't mean to cut you off. That was a signature maneuver there by Michael Ralston. The double knees to the chest. If you can't breathe, you can't fight.
No true words have ever been said, I don't believe, Joe.
Ralston, starting to feel a little of the fatigue here, is going to set Brian Myers up. He is in the drop zone, if you will. Ralston going to try to finish this match off and walk out of here still United States champion. Here we go, top rope. Looking to drop the kamikaze bomb, and he crashed and burned. We had just talked about that. Cover.
1, 2.
Unfortunately,
Brian Myers almost had the chance to conquer this right then, right there, and take advantage of the situation. But Michael Ralston still had the wherewithal to kick out.
well, Brian Myers, to be honest, he should have hooked the leg. He should have cinched up Michael Ralston just a little bit better than what he did. He may have gotten the 3 count right there, but it's that ego, I think, that's... It sometimes helps him, I think, and sometimes it doesn't. Here we go. He's going to go for the Armageddon. Reversed. Backslide. No cover. No count. The referee failing to make the count right there. Ralston, he's going to have to adjust on the fly. He's going to roll him up here. Cinches in the cover deep.
2, 3.
And Ralston, with the 3 count, retains the United States Championship for the final time in his final match right here at Apocalypse.
That was pretty slick by Michael Ralston, I have to say. Maybe the ref couldn't consider that first round a official pin. There was too much movement happening there. Maybe he just didn't want to consider that an official pin. Who knows what was going through his mind there, but nonetheless, Michael Ralston retains that United States title and comes out victorious and a sly recovery from the first bit of movement there.
And here we go. There's the replay of how it all went down. Brian Myers, again, was going to try to use that little bit of cockiness. Sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. We had a lot of really good wrestling, some technical wrestling here between the two before Brian Myers hits the short arm clothesline to take the advantage. The advantage would swing back and forth multiple times in this match. You see the basement clothesline there and a near fall for the champion. Brian Myers spikes Ralston on his head. Cover, and also a 2 count there. This match back and forth, a very competitive match to start off the night, the last show for SMIW, and what a match this was. Both men can be proud of the final performance of their careers.
Very true, Joe. They both put everything they had on the line there, and this was a very back and forth match. A couple of clotheslines back and forth between the two of them. And look at this right here, right to the chest of Brian Myers and Michael Ralston. And he tried to capitalize there, and unfortunately it didn't work out for him. But he did manage to get this in, this little roll-up slide here, and get it into his pin. And unfortunately it worked, but...
He had to adjust on the fly, but it paid off for him in the end. And ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Michael Ralston, the final reigning SMIW United States Champion. Big victory for that man who's been such a staple of SMIW over the years. So congratulations to him. What a way to end your career on such a high note. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the first match of Apocalypse, The Last Stand, is in the books. We're going to move on to our next match. And the next match is between Aiden Lane and CJ Blaze. But this match is coming to be because of a backstage argument. And this backstage conflict took place at the Gauntlet. We're going to show you that right here now, and that's why this match is taking place.
And that right there, this page, you almost can't read. It's so ancient. Talking so ancient. See that? That's part of the book of right there. Now, you go over to this page right there, and you got some really good stuff. You see what I'm saying right there?
CJ Blaze.
Yes.
My name's Aiden Lane. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm a big fan. Really big fan. I've seen your stuff. I've seen all your stuff. I see you make the shouts of the warrior. I'm a big fan.
Yes.
I'm a big fan.
Uh-huh.
See, my name is Aiden Lane.
Yeah,
I'm suave Aiden Lane.
you are.
I came to ask you a question.
Questions, I may have answers.
Okay. See, I need a partner.
Uh-huh.
Think about it. CJ Blaze. Suave Aiden Lane. The penguin of peace, slinging salami from north-south, est and west. The pelican of elegance, oh so bright and intelligent, together.
Hold on right there. So, you know about the passages.
I know about the passages, yes.
You know about the chicken crossing the road.
Yes,
You know about the follower.
I sure do.
Wait just a minute! Just who do you think you are? Don't answer that! You know who you are, Aiden Road. Yeah, I have a question now for you. You wouldn't happen to have another one of them to share, would you?
No, sorry, I don't. This is my last one. I ate the other one already.
Oh, you have?
I have.
I see.
I have to get my sugars to keep the elegance up.
Yeah,
And
I see. Oh, wait you have broken! Thou shalt not eat Twinkies if the Divine Warrior himself cannot have it one! Now! The Divine Warrior is looking down upon you today. He is willing to give you a free pass, because you just don't know better. Now, typically, you would need to go and get an offering of Cabbage Patch Kids and bees knees. Now, Aiden Street. Let me just say this one time only. You get a free pass this time, but you won't always be so lucky. Don't you ever break a warrior ever again.
calm down.
Because,
calm down.
wanna listen?
Calm down. Calm down.
Look at who he's talking to. Look at him.
Listen.
Look at him.
Listen. You're talking to elegance here, okay? You are talking to the elegant savior of SMIW. You are talking to Aiden Lane. You are talking to the suave one. You are talking to the intelligence, the excellence, the elegance, the intelligence of SMIW. You need to calm down, sir. You need to calm down, Mr. CJ Blaze. Put the fire out. Calm the blaze down. Calm the blaze down.
I'm going to leave you with this. I don't want to see things happen to you like the follower as it is described in the ancient tome of Warriism. So don't ever break a Warrior again. Because if you do, Aiden Street, the Divine Warrior will permanently park it to death his foot in your cul-de-sac! Now go with the Divine Warrior, because if that doesn't make you want to do the chicken dance with a bologna sandwich on a merry-go-round, I don't know what will. Go, sir. Go now. Go. Go with the Divine Warrior. No, really, go. Right there. Go. Go.
So do you want to be a team or no?
Get out of here. Did you hear that? Pelican of excellence. Did you hear that, Captain Fluff and Buff? Yeah, how stupid does that sound? Unbelievable. Now, where were we?
Well, if there's one thing to learn here, don't ever break a warriorament in the presence of the warrior CJ Blaze. This match is for the Elegant Wrestling Alliance National Heavyweight Championship. First time that a non-sanctioned championship is going to be defended at an Apocalypse event. And here you see the warrior,
I am
CJ Blaze. He'll say it and I don't have to.
Oh, certainly, Joe. What banter back in the gauntlet led to this match. I don't know how to feel. I mean, we've seen CJ Blaze in the past, and he's in rare form.
Yeah, CJ has evolved over the years, and it is good to see him back here in this ring. He re-debuted at the Gauntlet,
Kids at
and
home, CJ
somebody,
Blaze is a prime example of why you don't do drugs.
right, somebody is messing with his music
I'm
there.
CJ Blaze. Got the staff of the warrior. Got the ancient science, got the ancient Rome, we got the ancient tome ways. Yeah. We got Apocalypse. We got ourselves a title match. Can you believe that? I can't either, but here it is and it's happening. Let's go. Let's bring him out. We got words of the warrior to spread to you today.
Bob, I just thought about something. Can you imagine the warrior, CJ Blaze, the Elegant Wrestling Alliance National Heavyweight Champion?
Oh, God. I tell you, Joe. Oh, man. I don't want to ever see him with any kind of title or belt ever.
Well, here he is, the EWA National Heavyweight Champion, Suave Aiden Lane.
Yeah, I tell you, Joe, let's leave the elegant to the elegant.
Yeah,
You know?
no kidding. I mean, CJ is not a stranger to championship gold. Strangely, CJ Blaze, a former World Heavyweight Champion, believe it or not, former FOE World Heavyweight Champion, and once upon a time has held the United States Championship as well. So, if he is able to defeat Aiden Lane, which Aiden Lane has been kind of having a rough time adjusting to the SMIW style, but if CJ can dethrone Aiden Lane right here tonight, CJ Blaze will walk out of here the EWA National Heavyweight Champion.
Well, the real question at play here, Joe, is can elegance and a suave demeanor beat crack cocaine?
We don't condone that, so anybody watching at home?
Yeah, most certainly not, and let's hope that's not what CJ Blaze...
Nope, he's just a little odd.
Yeah, I think he's just a little strange.
Aiden Interstate. Which interstate,
Interstate,
might
he
you
says.
ask? I, for one, don't care. How you doing? Penguin. It's Captain Fluff and Buff. Meet the Aiden Road. Look at that. You can see yourself. It's almost like a mirror. How cool is that? Ain't that nifty?
Oh, it is hard to not crack up, Joe. This is incredible.
CJ is
Ancient
one of a
state.
kind.
Ancient tome.
Here we go.
That
Protect the
title's gonna
tome
look good
at all
around the
costs.
waist of the warrior. Gonna take that back to the Temple of the Divine One.
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
Mr. Blaze,
The figure of silence.
do you realize the elegance you are speaking about right now? The class you were speaking about right now? Do you?
Why don't you fill the warrior in?
You see, I am the elegant savior of SMIW.
Oh, you are?
Oh, I am.
Oh, nifty. That's cool. Continue. Waiting is the warrior.
Goodness gracious, Joe.
Okay.
Goodness gracious.
See, Mr. Blaze, the blaze is about to be extinguished by the elegance. You better recognize the elegance that you see right here. Yes, you heard that correctly. I did say recognize, because you need to respect and
Better
recognize.
recognize,
who we're
Joe.
talking about.
Recognize.
Indeed.
How about that? There's some things that we need to go over. You see,
How are we gonna get there? Ladder, step stool, chair,
You see,
elevator.
Escalator. Getting over it. Yep. CJ Blaze, you are about as disgusting as the sight of mayonnaise oozing out of a Spam sandwich.
No food references, Bob.
I don't know.
Stop right where you're at.
I look in the mirror, I don't think it's that bad, but way to cut down my self-esteem,
As
thanks.
I was saying,
Made me hungry.
there's some things
course
that
it
we
did.
need to go over.
Okay,
You see, back when we filmed the Gauntlet, I came to you with a proposition. I came to you and asked to form an alliance, an unstoppable alliance. The Elegant One.
Pelican of excellence. Captain Fluff and Buff is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
You're talking to a damn penguin.
Don't disrespect Captain Fluff and Buff.
Okay, yeah, listen. Shut up. You told me to go away. You denied the Elegant One. You are going to ruin the day that you denied to form the alliance with the Elegant Savior. You are going
I'm gonna ruin it!
I'm talking imminent ruin! Listen to
Things are getting heated here.
Get it up!
Yeah, this is
I'm gonna take you to
getting
class.
pretty hot around here, guys.
Okay? We need to go over some of the rules.
Okay.
See,
Alright.
this belt right here is not going anywhere with you. There will be no use of the staff. There will be no use of the tome. There will be no pulling of the hair. There will be no shots in the groin region. There will be no shots with your knuckles. You are not allowed to strike the Elegant One. You hear me? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I think so.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Groundbreaking rules we got here, Joe.
Do you
Yeah.
recognize who you're talking to? Do you understand? Do you? Do you? Do you?
I think he's confusing the warrior. Actually, I'm
There
confused.
will be.
I don't know what's going on.
There will be.
Joe, I'm not 100% sure anybody knows what's going on, and I have to apologize to our audience for this.
Knee below the nose.
I think he's got it.
Okay, I think I got it.
See?
Well,
Let's
certainly.
There will be no shots with the E-blows.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he tried to use that same thing he used against Nick Thunder a while back. Foot caught in a right hand. He struck the Elegant One, Bob. He struck him right in the face.
That's right, Joe. Already breaking the roost.
Already breaking the roost. Another right hand. You gotta watch those crazy shots there by the Warrior. But the Warrior is taking control of this match. And those swinging forearm blows to the spine that CJ's used over his career.
As idle hands, he has not. He's certainly got them loose fists, and they're flying fists of fury. And I do not want to be on the other side of those.
No, Aiden Lane, I don't think, wants to be on the side of him either, but he's receiving them right now.
Certainly.
Several of them.
CJ
And-
Blaze has got a statement to make against the Suave One, apparently. Look at that back elbow.
No! Yeah! No!
Sending Aiden Lane down.
Aiden Lane's not very happy about this. He is mad. See how he acts under pressure.
CJ Blaze not capitalizing like he should have, but here we go. Shot to the gut. Another big right hand.
Elbow dab!
Oh, and there's an elbow dab, Bob. I don't even know what that is, but there it was.
Well, clearly he has been dabbed with an elbow.
Elbow dab!
Follows it with a super elbow dab off the bottom rope.
Indeed.
And it looks like he might be going for a quadruple
Super duper!
Oh, that's-
elbow dab. There's
what it
the
is.
a super duper elbow dab. Hey, he's not done, Bob. He is not finished.
He's going back up for more. Look at this.
Here we go.
Over super duper!
Hell, and Aiden Lane just walked right into that for an over super duper elbow dab.
And CJ Blaze just blows him over, literally.
1, 2.
And a near fall for the Warrior. We could have had a new elegant champion.
Yeah, it's certainly. I really thought that was the end of Aiden Lane right there. He better, compensate quicker. This is going to be the end of his title reign.
Absolutely. This is not the way Aiden Lane wants to end his career. Reversal.
Oh, look at that whip. That had some muscle behind it. A couple little slaps. Is it a
Couple knife edge chops and open hand slaps to the chest. Rocking the Warrior. Quite literally. Aiden Lane is now taking control of this match. I'm not exactly sure how, but it's happening.
No class.
No class chop to the forehead by Aiden Lane. And CJ with his patented flop around on the ground.
Yeah, certainly, Joe. This is really something. This is brand new. It's incredible. It's just incredible.
I'm so glad to be here today calling this show. Oh,
How disappointed are we now that this is the end? This is the last.
It is the end. This will be
how
the
unfortunate.
last time we will see some of these great matches and this one here in SMIW.
Yeah, we're not sure we can count it amongst the greats, but certainly special indeed.
CJ's head bounced off that top turnbuckle. He's going to go for a second.
Look at that.
Brains. Nope, I'm not even going to say it.
Yep, they're
Nope.
scrambled, Joe.
Yep,
they are
they are,
scrambled like the
indeed.
eggs I had this morning.
Absolutely. I actually might grow to miss that, Bob.
Scrambled with ham even.
Oh,
And some bacon.
oh,
little oregano.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah, we put some seasoning on it. And I feel like that's what he's doing right now to CJ Blaze. Putting a little seasoning on them scrambled brains.
Well, the fourth turnbuckle there with the hard-boiled egg of a head that CJ has on his shoulders. And Aiden Lane,
When you have no class.
CJ apparently has no class, but CJ I don't think would have it any other way. Aiden Lane,
I think Aiden Lane's right. Nobody's got any class. Nobody has class quite like Aiden Lane.
well, CJ being assisted.
Well, he's
back
going to help him to his feet. Now, if that ain't class, I don't know what is.
Big knee strike.
And what does he get for it? That.
Another elbow dab. He's gonna call for the painkiller, and he got wrapped up with a side headlock there by the EWA National Heavyweight Champion, and he pulls the hair. How's that for elegance, Bob? Where was the elegance in that?
I don't know. I still think he said boinka. I don't know what that
Boinka,
is.
what are you watching? Because
I
I'm
don't
watching a match.
It sounds like Indian food, to be honest with you.
Of course, it always got to come. CJ got to bat the foot away of Aiden Lane on that cocky, arrogant, I suppose elegant cover, I guess some may say.
That's what it is. It's elegant. It's got class on it, Joe.
Okay. I guess I never was the classy kind of guy.
Well, that sounds
Aiden
like
Lane.
you can learn a thing or two from Aiden Lane. Look at this.
Aiden Lane hits the roost breaker, and this one should be over. Cover right here.
1, 2, 3.
And Aiden Lane, ladies and gentlemen, victorious in the final match of his career to save the EWA National Heavyweight Championship from the Warrior.
Yeah, well, the Warrior is now a wet noodle, so I don't know if he's going to have to go for a new occupation or what, but that's what we got. Aiden Lane.
Aiden Lane,
Victorious in this match.
victorious, yes, indeed. And this is how this match went down, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know if I'm grateful that it's over or if I need to see more.
Well, here's how it went down. So you're going to see a little more.
Yay.
Some back and forth banter between these two to start this match off.
With the elegant savior.
I think just from this banter and the gauntlet banter, I might have lost about 20 IQ points, and I'm not really that smart to begin with.
Aiden Lane tried to get the cheap shot in. CJ was not having it. That hard right hand and these forearm shots gave the Warrior the edge at the beginning of the match. Follows it up with elbow dabs.
Subsequent elbow dabs, just back to back. Super duper elbow dabs.
Look at this uber super duper elbow dab off the top rope, and the wind to knock over Aiden Lane, and the Warrior would get a 2 count, a near fall out of this.
Surprising. Really thought he had it there.
I did too. Aiden Lane comes back with these chops that really sent the Warrior into a frenzy. There's that big chop to the forehead. And Aiden Lane proceeded to knock CJ pillar to post, as it were.
Oh, what a great way to put that.
Yeah,
Incredible.
yeah. And there you see the fourth one that really scrambled brains. I'm just gonna go there. Why not? We already have.
Yep. Gotta love it. Scrambled eggs, biscuits and gravy, all that good stuff. Yummy.
Yes, sir. And this sealed the victory for Aiden Lane, the Ruse Breaker. I still don't really know what that means, but effective nonetheless. And he is still
One,
the EWA
2,
National
3.
Heavyweight Champion. What a victory for Aiden Lane.
Indeed, you're right, Joe. There's the suave one.
The suave
Title
one.
in hand.
As I said before,
Unsanctioned title, of course, but, well, nonetheless.
It's the classic.
You can't outclass the classy, Bob. You just can't do it. Warrior found that out firsthand right here tonight. We have 2 matches now in the books, and we're going to keep on rolling. Wait a minute. This only means one thing.
Oh boy, Joe. Terror.
Our
hearts of
time
all.
in SMIW is nearly at its end. Tonight, a demon rises and steps from the shadows to challenge a thunder god for ultimate supremacy. Nick Thunder, that battlefield, I am rooted within it. I have been around as long as SMIW has been alive. From the day of its inception, it has given me life. And when it dies, it also gives me death. I have but one task remaining: to claim the World Heavyweight Championship one last time. My blood is rooted within SMIW, and when it dies, I along with it. And when I go, I will reign supreme. I will leave and vanish as World Heavyweight Champion.
Well, do you think the legend that is Pain is ready for his final war? I do believe so. We're going to continue on with the next match at Apocalypse: The Last Stand. The Outlaw Sid against the Living Nightmare that we know as Panic. These two have been starting to start a little rivalry amongst the two of them here. They've fought a couple battles here this year, and it wasn't the first time they battled. Sid and Panic, they've known each other since 2010, where they went to war then. Sid rolling in here on that Harley Davidson for the final match of his career against this monster.
As intense as this match should be.
Absolutely.
I think Nick Thunder is going to have his hand full later, and I think Sid is going to have his hands full just as much here against Panic. Panic is essentially a titan of terror alongside his brother Pain, and this match should be practically a bloodbath.
This one will be a hard-hitting contest, but if there's any man that seems to always just be looking for a rough and tough fight, it's this man, the Outlaw, Sid.
Certainly doesn't seem to be afraid of or back down from a challenge. I've been saying that since day one. Sid is the man, and I'm standing behind him here in this fight.
Sid, very, excuse me, but has had some success here this time around in his career, claiming the United States and World Heavyweight titles this year, and looking to cap off of his career with a victory here over the monster, Panic. And speaking of Panic, here is the chants that signal the arrival of the Living Nightmare.
And we have to remember, on Sid's behalf, this is a reformed Panic. This is a Panic that is freed from his brother pain, and this is a dangerous Panic. A free-minded, empty-headed terror. He's just here to destroy, but Sid nonetheless has always been there for a challenge, and this ought to be a great match.
Indeed it shall. Panic, making his way slowly and methodically into the ring. But Sid cuts him off at the pass. Sid is gonna go right in for it. No hesitation, no fear. Sid just going for it.
Tell you, Joe, this was smart on Sid's behalf. Get an early rise, get right in there when Panic isn't expecting it, and use the outside to his advantage. But it seems to not last too long as Panic has reversed that and put Sid into the side of that building. And again, oh my God!
Javeled him into the side of the building head first. Panic, that raw strength, that almost demonic power, just overpowering Sid here in the early going. I'm not sure if this match has officially started. These guys haven't made it back into the ring, but this is already turning into a fight. A fight maybe for survival for Sid. Up on the shoulders now. Please don't tell me he's
not the case, but Sid might have bitten off more than he can chew. Now that Panic's got him on the shoulders and tossing him back into the ring.
This is not the way Sid wanted to start this. Obviously, with trying to get the upper hand early here on Panic. Panic too strong, too powerful, just manhandling Sid. Steps through the ropes, and the carnage will ensue. Heavy right hand. Sid already defenseless. He can't even defend himself.
That overhand fist of Panic is a rocking one, and is probably shaking Sid to his core. But I have to have faith that Sid's gonna make a comeback.
Sid, I will have to admit, I was not a fan. Oh, what a shot to the gut, driving the air out of the Outlaw. As I was saying, I wasn't necessarily the biggest fan of Sid, of how he sometimes carries himself, and some of the underhanded tactics he has used in the past. But I will say, Bob, these past couple months, he has impressed me, and he has just gone in and for a fight. He's got hooked up now. Oh my
I cannot
God.
believe the canvas did not cave underneath that choke slam. That hurt. That hurt. I felt it. That sucked. That was
had
brutal.
to be one of the most devastating choke slams Panic has ever delivered. But he doesn't go for the cover. He's going to punish Sid some more. Mind you, now that I think about it, Sid in the gauntlet was the one that ended the world title reign of Panic. Let's not forget that. Maybe this is punishment, retribution. Up on the shoulders, Sid raking at the face, the mask of Panic, and he gets out of that predicament. You got to believe the panic attack was coming.
Oh, for sure, Joe. And Sid, lucky as he is, has come out of this and now is going to shove his elbows into the back head of Panic right now.
And delivering the boots, the heavy blows, and he's actually dropping the monster. Sid, with everything that he has, is trying to give it to Panic.
Much like chopping down a tree, and so far he seems to have done so. Let's see if Sid can keep this up.
Concussion on contact by Sid, that might just do it.
That COC nearly sent Panic's brains flying straight out of his skull, along with that mask. Just totally twisted it right off his face.
Sid follows that up with the trademark kickstart stomp to the side of the head. He's gonna go for the cover.
1, 2.
And powers out does Panic. Sid looking at him like, what must I do? What more do I have to do to this man to keep him down? Sid, you can see him clutching at his stomach, his ribs. He's got to have trouble breathing here.
Oh yeah, look at Sid. He's already had enough, and he's wondering what it's going to do to take down such a mountain of a man. If you can call Panic a man even, I feel like he comes straight from the underworld.
DDT by Sid, taking down Panic once again.
Even with that, the size and the mass of Panic, it was less of a DDT and more of a neck breaker than the effect of a
1,
DDT.
2.
Another 2 count for Sid. That is 1 second away from a final victory over this monster.
I tell you, Joe, if Sid can keep
And he
Panic down,
just sits up. Look at Sid. The disbelief, the awe, maybe the panic, pun intended, on the part of Sid.
I have to admit, Joe, that is horrifying.
Indeed
Straight
it is.
horrifying.
Sid stalking him. Sid delivering a hard right hand. And one to the side of Sid's face, drops him to his knees, and the momentum has shifted once again. Up to the
back and forth there. Now Panic
to the
upper
ropes.
side.
Ducks under the clothesline, and wait a minute! Just like that, the whiplash stunner, he pulls it out. Is that enough? Is that enough to keep the big man down? Sid hooks him up.
1, 2, 3.
And Sid has done it.
Incredible, Joe. It worked. Sid used his speed and his underlying size compared to Panic to take advantage over him. And even with that size and frame, his strength just to be able to pull him away from them ropes and keep this upper hand in this match is incredible. I commend Sid. Look at how well he has done despite the punishment he took from Panic.
He sure did take a plethora of punishment here in this match, maybe more so than any other match that he has competed in. That choke slam, right here, slow-mo, sky cam, the impact.
Collapsed the ring.
The impact of this choke slam alone should have been the end, but Panic didn't go for the cover, and Sid was able to capitalize.
Break in the face here, you can see in the replay. And I think this was the start. This is where Sid could see that he still could form a challenge against this nightmare that is Panic.
And this right here is what sealed the deal. The whiplash stunner that is won in many of matches here in SMIW.
And look at that, Panic's even a limb noodle. That was one hell of a whiplash stunner for sure.
And Sid can hang his head high. He may not be walking out with one of the titles here at SMIW, but he has nothing to be ashamed of as far as his career. A huge victory for Sid to cap off an amazing career.
Certainly for the stat book, Joe, that's what it's all about. It's about his honor and his pride, and I think he did that here. Taking down Panic single-handedly, and in a fair fight. I mean, no weapons used. I mean, aside from some outside ring action, I mean, he won that fair and square out of his own might. That says something to me.
It indeed does. I'm seeing Sid in a little different light than what I did when he originally came here. Sid, congratulations. He's going to climb aboard that Harley Davidson motorcycle, and this is the end. That was the last stand for Sid, and he's going to ride off into the sunset.
Victorious for sure, Joe.
Absolutely.
Victorious.
And we're going to go backstage now. We heard from Payne earlier. Now, let's hear from the World Heavyweight Champion, Nick Thunder.
To you, my fans, is Nick Thunder, your World Heavyweight Champion. Could not be more excited to defend this belt tonight against Payne. If ever there was a competitor worth defending this belt, even if it is just this one time, I'm glad it's Payne. I don't feel like he's going to feel the same way once he finally steps in the ring with me. But, nonetheless, do not plan on giving up this gold anytime soon. And I promise you I will do my best to hold on to this title through the end of the SMIW.
We have heard from the challenger. We have heard from the champion. Now, the time has come. The final main event in SMIW history at Apocalypse, The Last Stand. 6-time world champion Payne challenges the current reigning world heavyweight champion Nick Thunder. It's about to go down.
I am frightened for this match. I gotta be honest with you. This is terrifying. Payne, Nick Thunder. Are we even gonna have an arena, a ring. Not that it matters since this is the end, but I don't want to be involved in this nuclear destruction.
This could be an apocalypse for sure. And here you hear the
eerie sounds.
The very eerie sound and the eerie sight that signifies the arrival of the heart and soul, the black heart of SMIW.
Payne certainly made a statement earlier tonight, being rooted into this promotion, and he most certainly is from day one to its last day. That the core horror of this promotion, and always has been. He's nothing to be trifled with, especially with given his prestige and the stats he has in the ring and his title reigns, everything that makes Payne. It's painful, to be completely blunt.
Now, from day one, when there were only 3, for our fans that don't know, the ones that have been dubbed the SMIW Originals, Fear, Havoc, and this man, Payne. He is the sole survivor, and he is here to defend the honor of SMIW and to put forth one final performance, perhaps the performance of his entire career and his life, when he tries to take the World Heavyweight title from the clutches of this Thunder God, this dragon that is known as Nick Thunder.
Now, I'll tell you what, Nick Thunder has got his hands full here. He talks a big game and has performed in this season, and I am impressed on the way him and the CEO have made amends. But let's not forget at the Gauntlet, Payne had to try to keep that title from phase 1 of the Gauntlet. And Nick Thunder is sort of holding on to this title because Payne was at a great disadvantage. And he may see that title ripped from him right now.
Payne, his entire existence revolves around one thing: being champion. And if there's any time for any man, Nick Thunder or otherwise, to be a little bit fearful of what this man may do, tonight's the night. Because he's willing to put it all on the line and do whatever it takes to walk out of this ring as champion. And here we go. What a moment. Let's just take this in a moment. Look at this. These two titans preparing to square off. Payne raises the arm. He is looking for a test of strength with the god of the storm. Nick Thunder's going to oblige.
Yes, the only probably valuable test of strength in the entire promotion is
Here
from
we go.
Payne against Nick Thunder.
Here we go. The ring just may implode right here, right now. Now, Payne, powerful, yes, but I don't think he quite matches up in the strength department with Nick Thunder. As you can see here, Nick Thunder winning on that exchange, pushing Payne back to the ropes.
So far, indeed. And Nick Thunder's gonna have to keep that up. He's gonna have to stick with what he knows, which is that power and strength, if he even thinks he's gonna beat Payne in this match. And I think Nick Thunder knows that. I think Nick Thunder is smart enough to know that he's gonna really have to rely on his strength to be victorious here.
Payne now whipped to the far side of the ring. Big shoulder block, and Payne just shrugs it right off. What does that do to your psyche?
Oh, that shakes me to the core, and I'm not even in this match.
Nick Thunder, look at his face. He's looking like I was not expecting that. Mind you, Nick Thunder and Payne, they're not strangers to each other. They have fought in the past, but they have never fought recently. This is a new Payne, a new Nick Thunder, and this is incredible.
And there's
Side
a lot
headlock
on the
by
line
Nick
for
Thunder.
both of them, especially when it comes to pride. Nick Thunder is doing everything he can to prove himself, and Payne wants to retain what is his and what he thinks is rightfully his, and I would have to agree on Payne's behalf.
Shove off there by Payne, and a big boot. Looks like it may have reached the upper chest there of
I think maybe
Nick
even
Thunder.
the chin of Nick Thunder. There was some height on that. I think he really got him with that boot.
Payne now slowly stalking his prey, and Payne can throw the hands with the best of them. Nick Thunder's going to want to avoid this.
Oh, look at that. Nick Thunder completely dazed. I don't think he's ever been hit with a right hand like that before.
Payne has has been known for its striking ability. He's always been a little smaller compared to some of his... Wait, he's going to try to use that power game, but I don't know if this... Nick Thunder just overpowers Payne with a humongous suplex. What power, what strength, and what impact.
Oh, that was incredible, Joe. This match is already
Cover.
off to an explosive start, especially with this pin here.
2 count
Payne
for
with
Nick
the
Thunder. What a display of strength and power. Again, using it to his advantage. That is what brought him to the dance. Payne has used those mind games, those dark visuals and images to get into the mind of Nick Thunder. I think Nick Thunder at this point has been able to shake that off and focus on the task at hand here against Payne.
He's going to need that too, Joe. He's going to need to stay focused. He's going to have to forget about everything else and focus on the demon within. And this is it right here.
Big European uppercut to Payne, who is propped up there in the corner.
I think that shows that Nick Thunder is even trying to pull out all the stops against Payne.
Absolutely.
He's definitely going to need it, I tell you what. I'm horrified. Every time I see Payne...
Headbutt by Payne out of the corner and just rocked the champion. Both
his
men
size
pulling
and
out all the
stature,
stops.
I tell you what, Payne is 3 times larger than he appears. And we are seeing that right here, right now. What an exchange between the two of them. This has already been a back and forth match.
These two, again, like you had mentioned, Bob, pulling out all the stops. Here we go, that arm wrench. Payne looking for some classic Payne offense. There, the side kick to the chin. Payne can hit you from all angles. He is very, very dangerous in that aspect. And Payne going to follow that up with these triple knee drops. There was one. Here goes the second. Another classic Payne offensive maneuver. Here he goes. There's the third. Cover.
Definitely a classic Payne.
2.
And no, he doesn't pull it off.
Nick Thunder still has too much left. Imagine what's going through the minds of these two competitors. The chance, the opportunity to walk out of this ring after your final match of your career and go down in history as the final world champion in SMIW history. No bigger accolade is possible.
That is true, Joe. Like a couple of hungry dragons, they are focused on gold and gold alone.
Payne gonna go for the choke slam. He's got him wrapped up for the choke slam. Hard right hand breaks that up. That stuns the challenger.
Good for Nick Thunder. He is not going to want to take a choke slam from Payne. That might absolutely be the end of him.
Payne shrugging it off. He hooks him up yet again. Nick Thunder is fighting it with all he's got. Oh, another heavy right-handed shot.
Stumbling even. Hits him so hard he can't keep on his own feet.
Up on the shoulders. Here comes that power game again. Gorilla press and drop. Like a bad habit is Payne to the mat.
Look at that. Nick Thunder, he's already spent. He was wore on that gorilla press. You can see him fall apart trying to lift Payne for this.
2.
Oh, and he didn't even get the victory. Oh, that has gotta hurt.
What must be going through the champion's mind? Ladies and gentlemen, I know you haven't had an opportunity to see it, at least up to this point while we're recording this show. Nick Thunder and Payne have fought each other in the past. Nick Thunder has never lost against Payne. So Payne has something else to prove. Nick Thunder, no matter what he is doing, can't put him away. These two giants, these two mammoths of the ring, going toe-to-toe. This is the epitome of SMIW wrestling. This is moments that we strive for. This is history in the making. Both men back to their feet, and this war continues.
I tell you, Joe, Nick Thunder said it in the open that he wants to make this promotion what it should have been and what the CEO deserves to have for his creation. And so far, between him and Payne, it's being proven right now. These guys are titans in the ring, and I mean, really, if Payne's ever had a challenger before, it is in Nick Thunder. And if Nick Thunder's ever had a challenge before, it is in Payne. And this is just incredible to watch these two.
Look at these two.
Hell, like Nick Thunder barely even holding himself up as he's trying to get that slugging fist in. Even that knee, he's barely on his feet.
These men exhausted. Football punt to the face. He's got him by the hair. He's gonna follow that up. Oh no! The electric funeral. What impact! If Nick Thunder can get the cover, he just may have the victory right here. So spent. The fatigue is setting in.
Look at him. Look at him just grabbing him by his attire to get him rolled over.
2.
And no, a 2 count still by the Hall of Fame
I'll tell you
inductee
what, Joe,
Payne.
my heart just sank for Nick Thunder. I don't normally feel this way for him, but my heart has sank. That was devastating, having a 2 count in that pin right there after an electric funeral.
With the electric funeral, that suplex, the clubbing blows. What more must Nick Thunder do? Payne with all the strikes, with the offense he's been able to put forth. What must Payne do? These men, there's hardly anything left. These two are giving everything they have for the...
But you didn't even hear Nick Thunder suffering under Payne. It's incredible. He's doing everything he can to keep Payne down and keep this fight alive, and Payne will not die.
For the right to call themselves the final world champion, they have to use each other to make their way back to their feet to keep this match going. These guys, I am so proud of. They are giving everything they have to become world champion and to give to the fans.
And yes, you are absolutely right.
Wait, whipped around. Here's the gallows. The gallows by Payne. Nick Thunder does not want to be in this predicament.
He certainly doesn't, Joe. Payne's got him right where he wants him if he wants to finish this match off now. Here
Wait a minute.
Lifeless is Nick Thunder.
No, not from the middle rope. The sudden death with authority from Payne. You've got to believe that is it.
It has to be. If Payne can get this roll over and cover, he will most likely come out victorious.
All he's got to do is roll over, get the pinfall. But Payne has spent one of the most physical battles we have ever seen Payne partake in. He's got to do it with the gallows. They super sudden death. He's got to roll him over. He's got to get the cover. This is it. It has to be.
1, 2.
And a near fall, barely rolling the right shoulder up, is Nick Thunder saving the world title. He saves his title reign.
I think that was pure instinct. I don't even think he knows where he's at. That just happened out of just his core. It was instinct. Like I said, here's the shoulder. I've got to get it up just to survive. I got to save my gold. Like I said, a pair of dragons just going to town in this squared circle.
Payne, Nick Thunder, both men giving it all to us in this final performance, the final match in SMIW history. These men, look at them. This is almost...
They're climbing up each other. That's what's happening. They're climbing up each other.
Another clubbing right hand blow. He's putting everything into those strikes. And same goes for Nick Thunder. Look at these two gladiators with every ounce of energy they have. Bob, this is almost getting emotional for me. This is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen.
Oh, I'm with you, Joe. This is heart-wrenching, this battle between these two. They're giving it all they have and everything there is to give from these two competitors.
Their strikes barely have any power left behind them. A knee strike by Payne doubles over the champion.
Oh, can we just call this a draw? Can we please just let us call this a draw?
No, we must have a winner. What is Payne setting up for? He's not. There's no way.
He's getting him up.
Look at.
Oh my God!
Samoan drop by Payne to Nick Thunder.
That's almost nearly 300 pounds that he has just Samoan dropped. Incredible.
And just when you think this legend has nothing left to give us. He digs down deep to his soul, to his black heart, and delivers a Samoan drop, a huge slam to the champion. But did that take the final remnants of energy that Pain had left?
I tell you, Joe,
Was it enough?
that has to be close to double his own weight that he just lifted and slammed. He's got it. He's got to pull off this win here. Nick Thunder, he's out. He's out.
Nick-
KO. This has got to be the end.
Cover.
1, 2.
No,
Oh my
I cannot believe my eyes.
Unbelievable. I do not believe it. This is oh my God, this is incredible. Incredible. Pure instinct. He ain't even alive. He ain't even in there. He's possessed. He's possessed against Pain. That's the only way he could have gotten out of that pin.
What more can these men give us? What more did they have left in the tank? What more must they sacrifice to call themselves world champion?
Oh, look at
I
Pain.
almost don't know what else to
Going
say.
for it. He's trying to climb himself up. He's trying to go for it. Nick Thunder just barely breathing life back into himself.
Pain.
What is going to happen next?
Pain. He's gonna scale the ropes. He's gonna have to go for something big. And I think at this point in the match, Pain knows it. He's climbing to the top. And we know what happens when Pain goes up high.
Oh, look at
He's
this.
perched. He's stalking his prey.
The storm is stirring in Nick Thunder. Oh,
Here we go.
It's going to be a collision.
Coming off the top is Pain. And he's caught. He's caught by Nick Thunder. Electric funeral once again. Cover. This is it.
1, 2.
No. No,
Oh,
it's still not over. It still continues. I don't know what else to say.
I'm gonna have a stroke, Joe. I'm gonna have a stroke. This is too much for me to handle. I can't believe it. I can't believe he got out of that even. That electric funeral, as surprising as it was hellacious and still couldn't keep him down for a 3 count. But there's Nick Thunder. That storm is raging. I don't know where this energy is coming from, but it's got to be coming from somewhere out this universe.
Nick Thunder, throughout his career, has been able to have the ability to shift into that next gear, to get that little extra. Pain.
Oh, what do we
Pain.
have here? This is something.
Pain with
I'm speechless,
every
Joe.
last bit of energy that he can muster, makes his way back to his feet, and he's going to stand toe to toe with the champion. He's going to go for, and he can't. He can't do it.
Oh, Joe, is Pain spent? Look at this. What is it? Oh, look at this.
It's time, brother. Finish it.
What a moment. Pain must know. Pain must know that it's the end.
Pain seeing the writing on the wall. And Nick
Pain
Thunder.
has nothing left. Nick Thunder looking like he didn't want to do it. Looked like there was hesitation. But he's a competitor. And delivers a simulating electric chair. Nick Thunder, the competitor that he is he's done what needed to be done. He did what he had to do and delivers a strong and powerful electric chair.
This, Joe, is astounding. Just absolutely astounding. The raw emotion here.
Here's the cover.
1, 2, 3.
And with the world title draped over the body of Pain, Nick Thunder gets the 3 count, the victory, and the honor of calling himself the final SMIW World Heavyweight Champion. And here is how it happened.
Let's check this replay here, Joe. What a match. What a battle. What an end. And it's absolutely incredible. Payne acknowledging and going for a feat of strength against Nick Thunder. And Nick Thunder, probably the greatest struggle he's ever had in a feat of strength, did take over with Payne and started off this match with a strong open in that clothesline that you see there.
But Payne would not be denied. He was going to give his heart and soul in this contest. It was just back and forth between these two gladiators over and over. Here we see the power game coming into play for Nick Thunder. Simulating suplex. Here we go. Slow-mo skycam version. And the impact was amazing. Payne would come back with that classic Payne offense and give everything that he had against this world champion, Nick Thunder. That kick, the 3 knee drops, the cover that almost got him the victory. Wasn't to be. Nick Thunder was not going to have it. Here we see Nick Thunder's power once again. But that power was draining. There we see the first electric funeral. And again, the impact. Nick Thunder propping up Payne. Looked like he was going to go for something huge. Pulling out all the stops. Payne was able to turn that around into the gallows to try to suck the life, finally, for good, out of Nick Thunder. The sudden death.
For that sudden death, he certainly did. He had
And
it
then
completely
this.
drained.
There was this display of power from
300
Payne.
pounds on the back of a less than a 200-pound opponent. It's incredible.
It's one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. But he got caught. Payne had one last thing to use, and he got caught with that electric funeral. Here you see another angle at it, and that was the downfall of Payne. You see here. Let's listen in one more time. I believe in my heart, Bob, that Payne knew that he gave it his all.
He had to. Payne told Nick Thunder to finish it. Payne saw it. He saw he had nothing left. He went for that choke slam and he couldn't. And Nick Thunder got this otherworldly energy back behind him to bring a second light almost into him for this victory. And Nick Thunder, smart enough to acknowledge the greatest opponent he had to have ever faced by placing that title over Payne's chest. I'm sure that Nick Thunder, I can't speak for the man, but obviously knows that he is sharing this glory with Payne here tonight.
And your winner, and the final reigning World Heavyweight Champion, the God of the Storm, Nick Thunder.
Greatest match and competition I've ever had to save this goal and stay the champion. And you, the greatest legacy of this company, the greatest power I've ever had to face in the ring. Whether you like it or not, you dark son of a bitch. You're getting on your feet. On your feet. You're great. Great champion. You're a great wrestler.
And what a moment, what a showing of sportsmanship and respect from the World Heavyweight Champion to the legend, the legacy that is Payne. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the last stand. This was Apocalypse for Bob Costley. I am Joe Davis. Thank you all so much for your continued support of SMIW. We are signing off for the final time. This has been Apocalypse. This has been The Last Stand. And this has been SMIW.
Thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Goodbye, everybody.
Come on in, guys.
Thanks for helping us, man. Mike, thank you. Thanks for seeing them too, brother. Glad you're here. Thank you, sir. Love you, brother. I have a